Welcome back to the Auto Insider, where you come to find out what's new, what's hot, and what's not in the automotive industry. Well, let's cut right to the chase. This is the 2022 F-150 Lightning. I know we always wait to the end to tell you if it's hot or not, but I can tell you now, this one is hot. But stick around and we'll tell you why it's so hot. Setting foot inside of this F-150 Lightning, you wouldn't know that it's an electric vehicle. It's very similar to the standard F-150 that we've tested. All the things you come to expect. This is the way an electric vehicle should be done. Just a truck until you feel that torque when you step down on this accelerator. Let's just cover some of the basics. What we have here is a way to work from your truck when it's parked. Gear shifter folds out of the way. Workstation here, perfect size for a laptop. Right here in front of it, you have your standard 120 volt outlet, plug up your laptop. And then for the rest of us, there is a fast charger as well as a standard USB charger here. And then inside, you have another standard USB and another USB-C inside of here. You can run a business from this F-150 Lightning. There's also tons of storage. Well, here you have small storage here, have small glove box storage here. Of course, there's a little bit of storage here, cup holders. This is a great place for your smartphone. When you lift this up, there's tons of space in here on this armrest. And then you have little pockets here, map pockets on the side for extra things that you want to store. You can actually work here and put things away. Ford has done an excellent job with their infotainment system. You have multiple options, touchscreen, gets to your different functions here. You also have a way to view the truck bed. Now we can see a complete 360 around the vehicle. Here are ways you can go in and you can customize this computer on wheels to do things that you want. Even things like rear occupant alert. So for anybody thinking about a full-size pickup truck, for a family vehicle, Ford is way ahead of you. We have different drive modes here that you can select from. We've been driving in normal, and we've been using the one pedal function. This one pedal function will be your friend. It adds to the efficiency of the vehicle because whenever you let go of the accelerator, it immediately starts to regenerate power as you let go of the pedal. Once you've driven it for about a week or two, you get really good at using it and not even having to put your foot on the brake. But when you go to off-road, it'll alert you here that one pedal function is off, so you can't use that, so will not bring you to a stop.
But of course we took it off-road. I know you didn't think we'd drive around the pickup truck all week and not get it dirty and not see if it really could perform its duties. While this isn't some real off-road course, for people in the construction industry, things of that nature, you will use your truck in this way. So we just had to see, how does this all-wheel drive function work? Well, the camera person took a tumble, but the truck didn't.
Okay?
So once we got the camera person up and dusted off, we wanted to check to see just how well this shield protects the battery, because the battery rides below the floorboard in this F-150 Lightning. So with all that electrical current, all those really delicate wires and components there, Ford made sure that you could use this truck in your work life. And as you can see, the bumper didn't fare quite as well as the steel cover, but everything is still intact. There's no damage and no threat of damage to the underbody.
You can lock the rear diff. We went off-road there a little bit. You saw it. We didn't lock the rear diff. We weren't in a situation where we needed to, but it's always an option there. Shows you other features like your Pro Power on board. This way the generator now turns almost into an inverter, and then you can go in and power other things. So you have power on board to run a construction site, a job site, or just your computers, tailgating, television, things you want to cook with, all that you can control right here. A lot of you F-150 owners are familiar with this. Your Pro Trailer Assist, easy for me to say. But this knob allows you to back your boat, your trailers, so it makes you look like a pro, even if you don't really know what you're doing. Here's the feature here to set your brake intensity for your trailer. All of you who are going to comment about Daryl, we know what that does. If I'm too elementary for you, go to the next video. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and your hotspot, so you can have your Wi-Fi here in the vehicle, and then valet mode when you drop the call for somebody to drive. My radio volumes, they're here. I can tune my radio stations from here. I can still have set my climate control from here. Have dual climate controls. Now, this F-150 XLT that we're testing actually has the long range battery, so it has about 300 miles of range, and it is really true to form. The only time I saw it use up a little more juice was doing highway driving. But if you're doing a lot of city driving, stop and go driving, it's actually a really good indicator of how far you can go. Only plug this truck up once at a public charger to charge it. And aside from that, we've gone 7 days on this truck with one charge. And as you can see, there's enough room in here for a full-size adult. So as a family car, it works just great. And unlike the traditional pickup trucks, this one has a frunk. So you can even put all their things in the front and not worry about anything taking up your space in here. But if you do need to carry things in here, like the standard F-150, they got you covered here too. There's multiple ways to store your things. You unlock this, and once you have your things stored here, seat bottoms fold back down, and you still have all of this leg room. Seat back pockets here for the things the little ones may have to carry. And like we said a minute ago, this is a vehicle that we'd even say you could use as a family vehicle. You don't believe me? Well, you have a remote here for the power front gate. Once you get here in the front of this F-150, you have hooks here. They came in handy when we went to the grocery store. Also, have this nice handy little accessory net. Put small things there that you want to keep to not roll around. Great place for them. Here under the floor, this is where the charging cord is. We haven't used that but once in 7 days. You could probably leave that at home and have additional storage space here. When you're tailgating, here's where that onboard generator really comes in handy. There are 4 outlets here, as well as charger ports for your smartphone, USB and USB-C. If you're out tailgating, you can plug the TVs up, fans up, and you got a party at the front of your F-150. Tailgates are now front gates. Now for you family people who buy this truck, you think that front was something. Ford even makes it easy to get in and out of its bed and work. Again, technology, convenience. Now this part is nothing new for you Ford owners, but those of you who are not familiar with F-150, this is a great feature on the tailgate of this truck. Now how's that for easy access? And in case you're more of a traditionalist and you want a tailgate rather than front gate, Ford got you covered there too. More power outlets here. You can even run a 240 watt outlet, so you can run big stuff like job site. And more plugs. This is where you set your power, and you even have lights here in the bed of the truck. I told you, they thought of just about everything. Also here on the tailgate, Ford continued this and carried it over from the internal combustion engine model. You have a tape measure here, so if you're working on site, you can measure your wood before you cut it. Places here to clamp down your wood. Place your cell phone here, watch a YouTube video and you're not really sure how to do it. Plug up your saw, and you're working.
And the tailgate goes up as easily as it came down. And if you're out working or playing in a place that doesn't have a lot of light, F-150 Lightning has you covered there too. Push a 1 button and it lights this thing up all the way around so you can see everything going on around your Lightning. All things considered, we're most impressed by the way Ford kept this Lightning very similar to its gas-powered counterpart. All the conveniences, all of the necessary pieces to a vehicle these days, Ford has kept it here in the electric truck. There's no need for anyone to know that you're any different than them and you're driving down the highway. But you have that sense of, I didn't just spend $100 to fill up my truck. More like 8 cents overnight.
That's all the time we have this week on the Auto Insider. But for more of what's new, what's hot, and what's not, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and download the SoundCloud app and listen to all of our reviews in their entirety. I know I spoiled it at the beginning, but this thing is hot. Do you agree? Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Till next week, I'm Daryl Killian for the Auto Insider.